Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Welcome to part 5 of History of Versailles with Kenneth. No, I'm joking. This is the last part in my speed building video of The Sims 4. So I've waited with this part until now, because this is what I consider the pièce de résistance at Versailles, which is of course the Hall of Mirrors or La Galerie des Glaces. So yeah, I'm pretty proud of what I came up with, because I do have some limitations, like the room is actually too small. The Hall of Mirrors in Versailles is a lot bigger, but with the custom content that I have, the person that made it did make the ceilings a bit smaller as well, so it does fit on a 64 by 64 lot, which is very good. But for example, I have these two windows at the end of the hallway, then I have these doors leading up towards the Hall of Mirrors, and I obviously don't have room for the Peace Room and War Room like at Versailles. So it is a lot smaller, but it's more an interpretation of what Versailles would be like in The Sims 4 than a 100% accurate representation, because that would be, alas, impossible, at least for now, because we only have 64 by 64 lots. So as you can see, this palace is, or castle, whatever you want to call it, is completely furnished. It is up in the gallery, in the Sims 4 gallery. You can search for it under my username, which is Wizard of Oz with a double Z 1988, or you can look for it because it is also called Versailles Revisited, just like the title of this video. Now you do have to tick the box that says show custom content, otherwise it won't show up. And obviously you also need the same custom content like I have, because otherwise this lot will be quite empty without the custom content. Because I use a lot of custom content, like the windows are custom content, a lot of the floors, like the parquet flooring is custom content, the wallpapers, almost everything basically. I mean, you will see on the outside the masonry, I don't know, the bricks. I'm so sorry. Those are original Sims 4, but the rest is, I think all the rest is custom content, except perhaps some of the kitchens aren't. So yeah, this series will come to an end, sadly. This is the last part, and yeah, and then it's up to the next build, I guess. I have no idea what I'm gonna do next. Maybe I'll do another chateau like Versailles. Yeah, at this point I don't have any inspiration anyway. So here I just fixed the chandeliers, and we're gonna add the ceiling, because of course the Hall of Mirrors is very famous for its ceiling as well. And as I mentioned before, Felixandre did an amazing job recreating the ceiling of Versailles. I know this is a rather short video, but I really wanted to make a separate video for the Hall of Mirrors, because it's such an iconic place at the palace. And yeah, this is the last bit. I finally finished it, and it is up in the gallery for download, and I'm really proud with the result. There was a lot of things that I had to do. So in the download, as you can see whilst building it, you see those little windows poking through, and I do delete those for the screenshots, because it looks better, of course, because those ceilings don't have any windows. But for the outside aesthetics, I wanted to add the windows because it looks better on the outside, but then on the inside it pokes through a little bit. So you can do whatever you want. You can delete them or you can keep them. It's up to you. So it's a lot of doing the same thing over and over again and repeating myself. But then again, that's how it is in the real Versailles as well. It is such a beautiful place to visit. And I can't wait to visit it again. Every time I go there, I'm so amazed by the splendor and the luxury, how luxurious it looks and how expensive it probably was to make. Adding some columns right now. So this place in the original Versailles was actually an open terrace. So the king's apartment and the queen's apartment would open up to this huge terrace. But because the weather in France isn't always that good, you know. I mean, in summer it's nice, but in winter it can actually be really cold. So the terrace wasn't used that often. So yeah, Louis asked his architect. I think it's Malsach, but I'm not 100% sure. He asked him if he could come up with a design, and then they enclosed the terrace and built this beautiful hallway that could be used. It was multifunctional. Sometimes it was used as a throne room, and sometimes it was used as just as a passageway or as a ballroom. It was used for multiple things at least. So here I am furnishing the room, otherwise it looks a bit empty. With some candelabras and some benches. So your tired Sims from walking around all day in the chateau can actually sit down if they want to. I must have changed that because I looked at some pictures of the Hall of Mirrors and see what it looks like in real life. Here I'm adding the candelabras. And then some tables to put some busts on top of them. And then the niches, they still need some statues. I did want to change up the color palette a little bit, so that's why I didn't go for green stools. Otherwise, the color palette wouldn't be varied enough in my opinion. So they're blue, dark blue. And I've been there a couple of times, but I actually don't really remember what color they are and if they still have them. But I can just imagine walking there in the afternoon, and then opening those windows and looking out to the beautiful grand perspective with the Grand Canal in the middle. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna leave it here. I will enjoy the screenshots, is all I have to say. Please download it if you're interested, but then I advise to also download the custom content. Felixandre on Patreon and the Jim 07 on Noctisims is where my custom content comes from. Yeah, if you like this video, then please do give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more content in the future. I wish you a very good day or evening, depends on where you are, and enjoy the screenshots. Goodbye and see you next time.